Hi, I'm attorney Vic Monder. I'm making this video for people who have just recently been summoned to federal traffic court here in the Southern District of California. If you received a letter in the mail, typically it arrives about 30 to 60 days after an incident occurs. At the top of the letter it would say United States District Court for the Southern District of California, and it has a notice to appear date. Usually that notice to appear date will be on a Wednesday. Most federal traffic court cases are handled on Wednesdays in the Southern District of California Federal Court building. We handle these cases quite often, every single week. Typically what ends up happening in situations where you are summoned to federal traffic court is ultimately you are being charged with a crime that happened typically on military base or any federal land. So if you have any sort of DUI charge that's pending against you, where an MP ended up stopping you at the gate and then conducted a field sobriety test or breathalyzed you and then let you go after going through the rigorous screening process, and then you find a letter in the mail 60 to 90 days later or a summon to appear in court, then and only then would you want to retain our firm to go into court and fight those charges. Oftentimes I tell people it's better to have a federal case in traffic court than it is to have on a state case, because the negotiations typically are easier on the federal side than the state side. You're dealing with the U.S. Attorney's Office on these misdemeanor level cases. Oftentimes what we can do is get a deferred entry of judgment or push off what's called a dismissal date if you complete certain procedures. What usually ends up happening on a DUI case, I would explain to my clients that they should be completing AA meetings in the meantime, doing community service. That often helps in these sort of circumstances in the negotiation process. It's very rare that these cases will end up going to trial. Only 1% of cases actually do go to trial. However, if you were going through what's called an NJP, a non-judicial punishment, and you are currently in the military, then there's ways to even get those charges thrown out on the civilian side. So if you have questions about your particular circumstances in federal traffic court, feel free to give me a call back. My direct line is 619-405-0063. I'm attorney Vic Monder. I'm here. You can call me 24/7. I'm available to answer any of your questions. Thank you.